gentlemen, welcome back to Below the Fog, episode 51. We've reached the halfway point of 100. Last time, our intrepid adventurers went to the coast of the world, this side of the continent, looking for a boat to get to the other side. Upon their arrival, they encountered a small lizard, three question marks. They found out that this lizard isn't actually a lizard and is in fact a tiefling named Connolly, and she's hoping to be turned back. The group agreeing to help Connolly find out that she's from the very place they need to go. An alliance was formed, items were procured, and will continue to be procured as tomorrow the adventurers set off to a boatsman to barter for a boat. The last we left off, our adventurers had all gone to bed in the snail house. Now that it is morning, what would you guys like to do?
My first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see where Connolly's ended up. Because we've got to track that down.
Well, I guess it's going to depend on if the dragon let me go or not.
Yeah, so Frey's not usually an early riser, but for some reason she woke up super early this morning. Yeah. As soon as Frey woke up, Astrid woke up, and Astrid went with Frey as she went into the kitchen, and she started making breakfast for the group with various herbs, and they also have some meat, right, still?
Yeah.
They have leftover.
And fruits and veggies.
Yeah, just breakfast. Just a little breakfast kind of spread. And Astrid is chewing on some fruit.
Okay, so that would put Connolly probably in the kitchen trying not to get cooked, but watching what's happening because, oh my god, food, yes please.
Chewing on a roll, sitting above a countertop. Sitting in one of those teacups. No, it's a teacup hanging on a hook above, like, an overhead counter, just sitting in it, eating a roll.
Oh my god, yes! Just a little gentle swinging.
Meanwhile, Quill will enter the kitchen. Connolly, you're going to want to be sitting in a seat for this, just in case. I don't know how this will affect the space you occupy.
Huh? It's breakfast. I need coffee. Why? No.
Oh, this will determine how much coffee you need.
Fine. So yeah, she'll very slowly hop out of the teacup and drag the roll over to a comfortable sitting position that is not, hopefully won't bonk her head.
And then Quill is going to familiarize himself with the spell that is on Connolly. And he is going to very quickly evoke the power of Phronesis and start to erase key words in the glyphs that are metaphysically surrounding him. If the spell is 3rd level or less, this is a freebie. If it's not, I gotta roll some shit.
It is less.
Then Quill just snaps his fingers, and the spell is undone.
Alright, cool. So, from a tiny lizard is now a 5'1" soft blue tiefling, with like kind of like Alice from Twilight, white hair, kind of, you know, but like the first movie was kind of spiked out on the sides, and long horns and is well, I don't know. Would her clothes have gotten transformed with her too and everything?
Yeah, just to make things easier on everybody.
No, she's gonna transform naked in the middle of the kitchen.
Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
see, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Just suddenly, just in the middle of the kitchen, butt naked, with a roll in her mouth. Like, hey, what up?
I mean, if that's what you want to do. But if you do that,
Well, I mean,
here's the thing. You can either have your clothes and have your equipment, or not have your clothes, not have your equipment.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure though I would kind of be a little fucked on that. Okay, well, yeah, practicality, okay, fine, but yeah, no, yeah, she's just wearing like a very, I generally don't know how to explain it other than like some kind of like dance attire, like a belly dance attire almost. Yes, including the jingly coins, and has um a flute and a lute on her, as well as a longbow. But she is very tired and very much so interested in coffee and the roll she is ling on. Or if there's cheese.
So, for context, you don't realize that you've changed back, do you?
Nope, absolutely not.
Well, well, you did say you were a tiefling. Frey's gonna pipe up as she hears the kind of scene going on behind her and pauses her cooking to see the transformation.
Oh, probably should mention. Well, I don't know. Who would know exactly what type of tiefling I am by looking at me?
I mean, I don't know if Frey is a tiefling herself, so I don't know if she
Types of
would
types of
recognize other
tiefling
tieflings.
gets a little too complicated to like recognize on sight.
Yeah, well, it's like because with the type of tiefling, like being the Sonic tiefling, like that would be like from like with Gehenna and like Hades and all that. If you go into like actual lore and whatnot, it would be like that, like unearthly beauty of a succubus, or like as ugly as a hag. Which I'm just gonna go with the succubus because that's gonna be freaking funny considering the fact that she is absolutely enthralled with women.
Be hot.
Meanwhile, Quill's job here is done. He grabs some quick breakfast and a coffee and leaves in disinterest.
Ah, yes, women. I leave.
Well, as Quill is walking out, Mist is probably going to be finally waking up or pretending to wake up because she wasn't ready to talk to people yet because it's Mist. And she's going to look out and be like, "Who the fuck is that?" As she's staring at the new stranger in the house.
That
I don't know, but your mom said I was great.
Well, my mom's dead, so I hope you're happy about that.
God.
And she's just going to stare deadpan and wait for someone to say something.
That would be Connolly. Quill came in and dispelled her. Now she was her tiefling self.
Okay. Well,
And
guess
instead
that's
of
not
waving
quite
with
as
her
important.
hand, she is going to wave with her tail because, again, she is very interested in the roll she is nibbling on.
All right, then. As long as it's not a stranger, I guess. Don't need to pick up any more of those. Not after yesterday. God, collecting, you guys.
I heard that.
You were supposed to.
Oh,
Well,
she's
I think we
somewhere
need
in
all
the.
the help we can get.
Oh, she's somewhere in the distance. My child is getting along with someone.
It's kind of good how she wasn't there for that comment, actually.
Is there any cheese?
So that mood water, that turned out okay? You think we can It did what it was
Oh.
supposed to do.
Yeah, did you bring it in before the sun rose?
If that's what you told me to do, that's what I did.
Okay, then yeah, we're good.
Frey,
So
as
we just
they're
need...
talking,
No, go on.
as they're talking, she just comes over with a cup of coffee and a small slices of cheese for Connolly, and then goes back to cooking.
The cheese is gone. there, there
There's
is no contemplation. It is gone.
continue. Miss.
So is there anything else anyone needs to do, or do we just buy yourselves a corn dog and get out of this town?
Is there
No,
anything
I don't know.
else
You
other
said
than
something
that?
about needing a gem.
Oh, I've got lots of gems. I think those will work, right?
I mean,
Okay.
Seemed unfazed before.
Sorry?
Oh, that guy seemed unfazed before.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think he could even see color. It's something probably Vitani would say too.
Well, I'm ready to pack up if you guys are.
Sounds good to me. I don't think there's really much we need in this fishing hole.
As long as we can leave before my ex sees me, we'll be fine.
Frey will agree after like everyone eats breakfast and stuff. She doesn't have anything else that she needs to pack up or anything, so she'll be good to go.
All right. So you all gather your things after a hearty breakfast. Feel comfortable. You exit the house. The food is gone. There are little thank you notes on the table that was outside. Snail house returns to its small shape. It's tucked into a pocket, and you are free to go about your day.
So where is this boat you guys found? She's gonna Frey's gonna ask Mist.
Well, I guess why don't we grab that corn dog and I'll take you down. Quill's with us, right? She's gonna look around.
Right here.
Oh God, right. You're so still there for a second. All right. Anyone else
So,
want a breakfast corn dog?
Frey's not gonna be. She's not gonna nod to the corn dog, though. Vitani would. She's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, corn dog."
Of course she is.
Just had breakfast.
This knows audience.
Vitani is second breakfast. She's with the hobbits. She loves all the breakfasts.
Also, it's a corn dog.
It's a corn dog, but it's a breakfast corn dog. It's lunch now.
Do whatever we want. We're the heroes of our own story.
Frey's just gonna keep looking over towards the fish stands again, but she's not gonna go towards them yet. But she is looking over towards the fish instead of thinking about corn dogs.
yeah, I think while everyone's like gonna, get the corn dog, head to the boat, like Connolly's gonna stay, close by, but she's just gonna start playing her flute and dancing around just to pass the time while waiting.
So,
Right. Well, oh, sorry. Go on.
oh, I was just gonna say, do you guys want to streamline, just jump straight to the boat, or do you want to?
I think we probably can.
All right.
Unless anyone else has a vote. I'm being very assertive. Look at me go.
No, we want to role play out the corn dog thing.
Corn dog, corn dog.
I have to ask. Literally, I will ask everything because fucking 3-session long shopping trip. I don't trust any of
Shopping
you.
trip.
We're children. You know that about us, Sona. I respect that. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you for
in the
being
butt
a
with
pal.
the corn dog.
Okay, so you get your boatman corn dog, you have your jug covered with a cloth, you have your various gems that you commandeered from a fellow adventurer's backpack. And as you go to the
Stole
boat
that
dock, yeah, wonderful send off. Goodbye.
Times pay.
I'm trying very hard to be a good, nice person.
Yeah.
Not working.
Are we bringing the car and the capybara? The capybara and the capycara?
Yeah, you said we had room
We
for it.
rented them.
Yeah. Just wondering, because someone paid for that. Wasn't
Did
me.
we buy them or did we rent them?
Someone paid for that.
The answer is yes.
The answer is I don't remember, but they're yours now.
Huzzah.
The answer is Jeff may have rented them, and if so, he's paying late fees.
Did
We
would
can't
Capi-
ever go back.
would a capybara be considered a land vehicle? Red and I were talking about this earlier because she's proficient in land vehicles, and the
Is a
capybara.
horse a land vehicle?
That was another. That's what we brought up first. Is a horse a land vehicle? And
beast
then I
of
was like, what about a
burden.
capybara?
Oh, the skill for riding animals is animal handling.
That
not-
is true.
It is not. They are not tools.
That's.
No.
Whereas land vehicles
Have you
are.
met Red?
But would Andrea be a land vehicle?
Would Andrea be a tool? No, because Andrea is not a mount.
I mean,
true.
tell that to Lycoris.
Also, Andrea has creature stats, so Andrea is actually a creature.
Okay.
All right, so you get to the dock. Who's wanting to deal with the boatman?
I mean, Mist can unless someone else wants to.
Vitani will go with Mist again, if she doesn't mind.
Yep.
I'll go with her. I don't mind.
Yeah, same group as last time.
That's
Team
the.
lesbian.
Yeah, Kylie would just stay back with Quill and ask more about that book from Chad.
Well, he didn't write the book. He checked the book
Not Chad.
for veracity.
Did I miss something about chat?
Oh.
Yeah, who's this Chad fellow? I keep seeing his name everywhere.
Do you? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Chad was mentioned, and it was a lot of me going, "Oh, I miss Chad."
But anyway, yeah, Rhea will go with Vitani and Mist.
Right, so you guys head up to the boat while everybody else stays behind. And the boatman is up this time. He is putting these crates full of what looks like fruit and veg and things onto a big white cooler on the side of this houseboat. He does not notice you guys at first because he is occupado.
Does he look awake and like we can trust him to run the ship still? Yes.
I'm going to say yes, considering he's moving around, putting things in the boat.
Okay. He's not like unconscious. I'll take that. Feel good about it. Let's go.
He definitely seems more there than he was yesterday, asking for corn dog.
Well, I mean, he's going to be really happy. This corn dog looks great.
That is true.
Mist is going to stroll on up and go, ahem. So hopefully we've got everything you're looking for. And she's going to hold out the corn dog, and I'm assuming that one of the lesbians are holding the moon water because that seems like something they would carry.
Yeah, I can see that.
So she'll gesture behind her.
He's going to turn to you, and for a second, it's just kind of like this blank look of like, you know, the fucking retail stare. But then he recognizes who you are, and he goes, "Hey, you came back! Hey, a corn dog!" And he takes it from you.
Yeah. So got this, and then once he takes the corn dog, she's going to fish around in her pocket and grab a few of the mismatched colored stones and hold them out to him.
He is going.
And I believe these are yours as well.
He's going to count the ones that he was picking at the other day, and then like pluck them out of your hands and put them in a little pouch on his hip, which is a little difficult because he's got this corn dog in one hand, so he's just kind of like one-handedly like doing all this. And when he like pulls the drawstrings on this pouch, you notice that there's like a little magic lock that ties around it.
Sneaky.
And
We
Anyway,
then
have the moon water that Mist absolutely went and got before sunrise.
yeah, totally, absolutely.
Definitely.
If she was told to do so, she did it.
She was told to do so, she did it.
I always do what I'm told.
That is
Yes.
the new-
That's the
oh,
quote of
please,
the century
please.
for me.
That's the
I
one
always
thing
do
you'll
what I'm
know about
told.
me.
so above game, did you guys actually give this man moon water, or is this just a jug of water?
No, it was moon water. We
Just-
did.
I
We
was
put
just
we
joking.
Okay.
it's moon water. If
Okay.
anything, I feel like Quill would remember to grab the moon water if Mist was
Yes,
absent.
What's it called?
Quill is responsible.
My deception is good enough. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. So
No, I was like, Rhea's just elbowing Vitani, be like, "You got it. You're gonna be the one to convincing." Wait, what's Vitani's deception? Let's see.
Probably just as bad.
we're lying, but
They're probably both gonna just look at Mist and be like, "It's all up to you." Convince them it's moon water.
no, I mean, but Laurel said that if she
It
was told to
is.
do so, yeah.
So you hand over the moon water, and he takes it in his now free hand, and he nods toward this little gangplank that is propped up onto the dock. For a second there, I forgot what that word was, and then I felt like panicked. It was all right.
Freeze on.
Doc, yeah.
Yeah, listen, I've had a really rough day.
Bro, I feel you.
Great. You said you had a car and a capybara. We're gonna do the capybara first, and the car after that. Load the big stuff
if
first.
Rhea gets, oh, okay, load it. Never mind.
Load the big stuff first, and then the people.
Sounds good to
Sounds good.
me.
So, all of you, I guess, help or watch this guy load his boat. I don't
Mist is
know.
more of a watcher.
All
I think
right.
it would help.
Right. So as you, Rhea, are helping, and anybody else that wants to help, you realize that this boat is actually 3 stories. The very bottom is a sort of paddock, and it has other animals in it as well. Some are in cages. They're spacious cages, though. They're not like, this is a trapped animal. It's more like, this animal is being very gently transported from here to somewhere else.
Must to take one of those cages.
There's a bunch of like straw on the floor, and the capybara finds a very cozy little corner in like a little pen, got like half walls, and it just kind of like conks out unconscious.
Oh.
The second floor
Just
is
a couple pieces. Oh, sorry.
Oh, continue.
I was just gonna say Rhea will place a couple pieces of fruit from. I don't know what capybaras can eat without googling it, but from
Like
her
grasses and shit.
her veggie and
Capybara.
fruit basket.
Capybara
Don't think-
Leave
approved
it there
fruit.
for him. Yeah.
Second floor is a bunch of boxes on one half of the side, or like one side, and like they're surrounding like this big open space, and that's where you're able to get the car in. You do have to open like the side of the boat to do it, which you didn't think was a thing that you could do, but this is Magic Land, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, not
Yeah, we are.
physics and math.
Boo.
You get the
The
car
things
in
that we
there,
never use in life. Got it.
and on the other side are a set of rooms. There's only 4 in total, but they've got bunk beds in each of them. It's a little tight, it's a little cramped, but they all have like a tiny little porthole window. You can each figure out how you want to sit, however you want to do. And the top floor is the like deck with a small little pop-up like house area where the captain lives. That's where he's got his cot, his kitchenette, like all of that jazz.
Yeah.
So you all get ready, everything's set and like squared away. The captain tells you that, there's anything that you want done, do it now because in about 10 minutes we're going to be leaving.
We're covered. Unless you guys want to run back for another corn dog.
I don't
Those
really know
were
what
pretty
things
good
are.
corn dogs.
Well, if Quill's
did.
got 10 minutes before we go, that means he has 10 minutes to pick the optimal bunk. So he has to choose one of the top bunks. You would think it would be one of the bottom bunks, but no, it's the top bunk. I assure you.
Okay.
The reason is because the bottom bunk, sure, it's easier to get into, but you always run that risk that the person above you is a bedwetter, and you only need to lose that
Oh
bed.
no.
You only need to
I
lose
thought it was
that
because you're afraid it's gonna fall.
I thought it was because you were a bird.
You wish.
He's a wingless bird. He's not gonna fly off, but usually the bunk beds have like a rail there. You have to work to fall off a bunk bed.
No, I meant like the person on top. Like they get up there and then it just like sandwiches itself because it collapses.
Also, a valid fear. New fear unlocked.
Nuclear unlocked. Like,
Oh,
wasn't
wait,
that in like, wasn't that in that one like brother movie? Step Brothers?
Wait, am I the only
yeah.
one that has had that fear of like when someone's in the top bunk, it's just gonna like collapse on itself and squish you?
Never, because I created a canopy under mine.
One of my friends shit the top bunk, so that's always been a much bigger fear.
Oh my god.
This
Only need one incident of the top bunk and unwanted bodily fluids to value being the guy on the top bunk. Because if
Yep.
it happens at the bottom bunk, you're safe.
this derailed so fast. I mean,
I'm not sorry.
It
So
only
fast.
happens once.
Quill, TLDR, Quill gets top bunk.
It doesn't want to be peed on, so yeah, no peeing on the bird.
But also, you
seems
said Quill
legit.
was wingless? Does Quill not have wing arms?
No, Kenku's, one of the things with Kenku's that's a part of their story is they cannot fly. It's actually
So
like,
they're like
So
the
he
kiwi
has
bird.
arms, but they're just covered in feathers.
yeah, he has arms. He's not armless.
I was so confused for a second. Oh, I couldn't.
How are you reading your books?
They're feathered, but they're not winged. If that makes sense.
I googled it. I googled Kenku, and I'm seeing the what you're talking about.
He's not fucking Ming Hua from fucking Legend of Korra, where he has no arms and he has 4 water tentacles or anything. No.
No, but you have crow arms. You have like raven feet, but as hands and arms and shit.
He's got arms with hands on them. Not
Yes.
wings. It's not an Aarakocra. He doesn't have like that going on.
This arms.
Yeah, arms. Look at that. Perfect
Arms?
normal arms.
Arms.
Shit, I'm dizzy. God, I'm saving this picture because it's just beautiful, and I'm gonna post it. Oh goodness.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about Quill while we're at it? I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I always imagine Quill as this like small little Kenku, though. I don't know how big Quill is, but this one is more closer to arms. That's Quill yelling arms.
oh my god.
I'm done.
this is great for an audio medium.
So yes, Quill is shorter on the shorter side of things, but he's not a Pudjo bird.
So he's bigger than 6 inches.
Yes.
Okay, so we've established exactly what Quill's gonna be doing.
For the audio listeners, this is what the fuck everybody's giggling about. Arms.
Right.
Arms.
I don't-
Kenku arms.
I don't know who
Arms?
drew this, but
Google.
Yeah.
That's
See here.
fucking-
Dress in the way Amber
If you
typed
love
it,
Google
though,
you.
really
Kenku,
got
you'll
me.
find it up at the top.
We love
It's a
you.
Reddit post.
Thank you.
The shark
Augie.
panic out of Amber.
On
Sold me.
Redbubble.
So Quill is around Connolly's height, because didn't you say Connolly was 5'1"?
Yeah, she's 5'1", 160 pounds, cause a little muscle, but also like she got a little bits of tum tum, cause she's not scared to eat food. Specifically the cheese. So
Cheese.
yes.
Did you
Quill
say
is the
cheese because you're lactose intolerant and somebody in your life needs to eat it, if not you?
Listen, just because I'm lactose intolerant does not stop me from eating stuff.
Anyway, those who want to get a corn dog,
So,
get a corn dog. Those who don't, don't. All of you gather onto the deck of the boat and you watch as it sails off onto open water, and you watch the beach slowly pull away. You see that there are other boats off in the distance and surrounding, and you hear whistles and bells and honks of horns as this area is navigated.
Can I get some horn cozies?
Yes, horn cozies are provided in a little knit basket on the second floor.
Oh yes.
Astri is also going to be interested in horn cozies, but Astri is going to do the fair thing where it burrows itself in the horn cozy. Like
Oh
how ferrets go through like socks or whatever.
yes. Oh my god, that's adorable. Okay. Yeah. No, I feel like Connolly would try to help. Hold to let Astrid get in there.
The dragon just wiggles and squirms like a snake going. So.
The little squiggle goes into the horn cozy.
Yeah. And then you just hear chirps, and then it's content. They're content.
Oh, Connolly's gonna be very sad that she can no longer snooze in the boots.
You'll just have to unlock a spell yourself to do it to yourself.
Actually,
Have to find boobs your own size.
So I'm gonna have everybody roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Fuck.
let's see who's water motion sick. Let's see. We'll use this one.
Oh dear God,
The worst. Could be worse.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good. Okay, so I got 11. 7 plus 4, 11.
And then I'll roll for Vitani. Where's her page?
Let me type. I just need to pull up my phone.
Constitution modifier. Modifier. No.
No.
No. Error unknown modifier. No. You don't get a modifier.
You talk too much. No.
No.
Oh, wait, I feel. Wait,
First,
wait,
we discover
okay.
you won't have arms. You can't have a modifier. People with arms can't have modifiers.
Did you see the note though? Letitia, for this motion in the ocean, caught an ocean. This roll is a commotion. Be good. Show your devotion.
I love that.
Woo, 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 woo.
Wait, so did Connolly
Nat
get
20.
stuck on the bottom bunk with Quill?
No, Mist did.
Okay.
Bet.
So all of you are, for the first hour of your trip, you can still see, you can still see the beach, everything's fine, but then you hit sort of choppy water as you're getting out there. Most of you, it's just like, ugh, that's uncomfortable. We've never had to deal with that before. Mist, though, Mist is just, ugh.
I told you I hated boats. I told you.
Mist gets given the chum bucket, basically, and is sitting on the floor with this bucket between her knees and has made best friends with it and is hugging it for dear life.
Nobody
Oh.
look at me.
Does weed make you feel better, or would that make you feel worse?
Don't look at me. Put a towel over my cage and come back later.
I'm guessing
Rhea
nothing.
will.
Nothing's gonna help. Poor Mist.
Rhea will put her blanket on her.
She just groans louder.
I am going to remind
Wait.
everyone. Yeah.
Wait, isn't there like a sickness thing? But who inherits? Wasn't that who has that
Mist
one?
is too sick to remember if she has it. God damn it.
Let's see, what do I have? Do I have anything?
There's that sickness thing. Was it Vitani? Who had that?
It was Vitani.
Okay, I gotta look on here. Goddamn. Where did she freaking put it?
That I can't answer.
Is it an item? Is it a spell? It's her special cantrip, isn't it? I don't know.
Yes, it is her special cantrip.
Can
That's
she?
right.
I can't find it. Do you know how to do it? Do you know what it does? Anybody know what it? Do I need to go? I
The
can go ask
hangover
her.
cure cantrip.
Let me go ask her.
Go ahead.
I pull up her sheet. Maybe I could find it.
Going
No.
into her character sheet is a Russian roulette for porn.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried about that.
So I'm gonna go in.
Hair of the dog cantrip.
It's not even
You
Russian
can
roulette. We
cure
know
your
it's right there on the
own-
front page.
You can
It's-
cure your
it's
own hangovers
real.
with a touch and get rid of someone else's nausea.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
shit. That's like the perfect exact thing.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Yee. Awesome. Okay. Where was it?
Vitani just needs to touch me,
Oh, okay.
but not offensively.
Not offensively. Vitani is going to come over, and as Rhea is giving her the blanket, Vitani is going to put her hand on Mist's shoulder and be like, I hope this helps a little too. And uses her magic hands.
Oh, maybe that's better. Huh.
You do indeed feel better. You no longer feel like horking. In fact, you feel a little pep in your step.
Hurrah.
Also, your mouth is like minty clean. Huh.
Actually, I feel pretty good.
Oh, excellent.
So another hour goes by. You go into a calm set of water, a warm summer day. You left around noon-ish, kind of overbearing. Everybody just kind of stays below deck because it's too hot to bother. You do hear occasional splashes and you look out and you see like various colored, like reflective fish jumping in and out of the water. You still see boats around.
So, can I make a little flavor comment?
Go for it.
Frey, might have missed it, but there's like a deck area where like it's like a balcony with like close to the water, like looking at the water at least outside.
Yeah, there's the deck of the ship itself that has a railing around it that is like you can see over the water and everything. And in the center of the boat is like a pavilion that's closed off. That's where the captain's like lives.
Frey's gonna be close to the balcony, leaning on the balcony, looking at these fish. Just that's where she is during this travel.
Can I be like using my tail to try to fish? Just like dipping it right in there as we were going by.
You're going a little too fast for that kind of thing.
Okay,
you
I
can-
figured.
You can definitely try it, but I'm gonna say you're not gonna catch anything.
Yeah.
Like I'll have you roll a percentage, and if you can get above 70, then sure.
Okay, but so just run the roll 100.
Yeah, and roll the 100 and the
Yeah. You see the ones that have the
Oh! I got an 82!
oh,
well, there you go.
There you go.
All right, by some miracle of, delight, you're trying and you're trying and you're like, this is fucking stupid, I give up. And you just slash your tail out in aggravation, and that is when you catch the back tail fins of a little pompano. Not very big, but it's a fish, and you caught it.
Yes! I caught a fish! Perfect. I'm going to. Connolly's just gonna abscond with the fish. Just must figure out how to cook fish.
The kitchenette is in the captain's quarters, by the way. I am going to have Freya roll another con saving
Okay.
for something different.
Rhea or Rhea?
Right.
Me.
Right, okay.
A little better this time.
Okay, you are out there for a while. Do you know what a sun glare is?
Off the water?
Yeah.
Like the light reflecting?
Yeah. So, did you know that you could get sunburned that way?
Can tieflings
Oh.
get sunburned?
You can.
Oh, okay.
You have the beginnings of a sunburn on your cheeks and your nose.
The sun is not fire damage. It's radiant. Ah, shit, you're right. This reminds me of the Astarion quote that the radiance of the fucking
So-
sun.
But
Yes.
her blush is like blue, isn't it? So would her sunburn be like a blue?
Yeah, because her blood is technically black in a sense, so her, or like a dark purple blue thing, blue
Yeah.
blood. Whatever.
Yeah,
But her blush would be like purplish blue.
Also, you've never really had a sunburn before,
Bluish
so
purple?
yeah, all you really know is that your face is kind of really hot and kind of irritated, and it's kind of painful.
Give me a
The
second.
two people that would have mentioned, hey, sunscreen, I didn't mention it.
Wasn't there a fanny pack full of sunscreen at some point?
Yeah, I wonder. That person is also in the bathroom.
Sorry, missed was there.
You know what? Oh, my door is opening on its own.
Yeah, no. Always
Do
talking
you really
about
think Mist would
sunscreen.
realize that other people need sunscreen, first off? And if she did, do you think she would still give it to them? Or do you think she would find ways to draw things on them in sunscreen that were like dicks or swears?
Also true. Connolly would have
There
been
you
the
go.
other person to have mentioned sunscreen because living in the snow,
Spray just got
you
a
know
sunburn.
about,
Yeah,
reflective
you get
water.
burnt in the snow
Right.
real fast. Like if you're swimming and if you're in the snow, sunscreen up.
Just didn't mention it because didn't think about it.
Nope, too busy trying to fish and got so excited that she caught a fish, immediately scampered off to find the first person to excitedly present said fish and ask how to cook.
So another
A lot of
hour
us
goes
wouldn't
by.
know.
Oh, continue.
Oh no, I was just saying a lot of us wouldn't actually know how to cook fish because we never even seen up until recently we hadn't even seen an ocean before.
Frey's just been raw dogging that
That's
shit.
true.
She
So
doesn't
you-
cook.
Yeah, I just say, and Connolly doesn't know that everyone is from not from
Above.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
She
you guys
doesn't
would
know
have
that.
fish up there, though. You would have fish up there.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have like oceans, but you have like streams and small rivers and ponds and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Take it back then.
If there's water, there's fish.
Frey's
Yeah.
just raw dogging it still. Could what's it called? Hold on, I gotta find it.
Pricing
Sorry.
actually says anything about giving sunscreen.
Who in your fanny pack is always asking if you need sunscreen, miss?
Would
No, I don't think it actually offers it. I think it just
He's a Minnesota man. Of course he's gonna offer sunscreen.
It's the Minnesota man.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
I had to reread that.
okay, so is spectral frost, is that considered cold, like cooler to the touch?
Yeah, it's cooler.
So could, out of this pain that Frey is feeling, could she activate armor of Agathis and help soothe, like Olivera in a sense, help soothe her the burning? She doesn't know why she's burning. She doesn't want it to burn anymore.
Ice on sunburn makes it worse.
Okay.
That's why they tell you to wear like put it in rags and stuff, or like wet rags if you do ice. Do you want to still go this route? Because you can if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
She wouldn't know any better. She's just like, well, this is
Yeah, so
actually but they do have the sun all the time, which she would probably know about sunburns though, right?
No, they don't have the sun. They just have like a gray overcast sky.
Light.
Oh, never mind. That's right. So yeah, so she wouldn't know what a sunburn is. So yes, I will go the route of she's reflexively activating this armor spell because she thinks if something's burning, that cold will help.
Checks out to mist.
Fucking Christ. Sorry, I looked in chats. I shouldn't have looked in chats. It doesn't say that he always offers you sunscreen, but he does offer you sunscreen.
I think you do.
Yeah, he always does.
I think that's just something you say.
Yeah, that's just a thing that he does.
Yeah.
Historically, he has offered sunscreen on multiple occasions. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Millie.
And you never take it.
Nope, because mist is furry.
And now Frey has a sunburn. This is the consequences to not wearing sunscreen.
Yeah, so
Sounds racist to get someone who has fur.
The ice feels fine, and it's actually like nice and cool, and it's like, oh, that's actually really nice. I feel great, no problem, no issue here. You will pay for this later.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
DM will remember this.
Your actions will have, what is it? You've changed. Your actions will have consequences. Whatever that game.
You used to be cool, man.
It used to be cool.
Another hour goes by, and you no longer see any boats around you. It is just the open water and the open sky with clouds, maybe a bird every now and then. It's just the sound of the water, just the sound of fish. Kind of a mix of eerie and peaceful all at once. Another hour.
Maybe I don't hate this so bad.
Another hour goes by.
How long did they say this was boat ride
You
would be?
did not ask.
Oh.
Nobody asked.
Nobody
Oh my
asked.
god.
It didn't seem
It's the
important.
Wait, what did we
When
ask?
did we get there?
We just got kidnapped.
Eventually, it starts to get dark. And slowly, the blue sky bleeds into pinks and purples and oranges, and eventually, deep, dark blues and almost dream-like blacks, until stars start littering the sky. And out here on the water, the boat slows to a stop. And the anchor gets popped and dropped down as overhead the clouds sort of just part, and all you see are stars twinkling above you. And this is the first time you've seen the sky this open, this raw in a while. No trees, no heavy clouds to cover it up, no heat like blurring the vision of the sky. And you watch as the captain goes toward the back of the boat. He sets up a little chair, a bucket, and a little tackle box. And he starts putting together a fishing rod.
A tackle box?
Yeah, little tackle box.
Has like fishing hooks
Like a
and
like
lures and stuff.
taco? Like
No,
T-A-C-O?
tackle.
Tackle.
T-A-C-A-L-E.
Oh, okay, because I was like, are we talking like taco? Because in Japanese, taco is an act. Okay, what doesn't matter.
It's a fisherman's box. It has their baits and stuff.
Bait and tackle.
Listen,
Tackle.
Mista's gonna look
Okay.
at Vitani, and just because she can't help herself, she's gonna say, "We're probably gonna have to cut you up and use you as chum for food."
Wait, who is
Right.
she saying that to?
To Vitani.
To
because
Vitani,
that's
I know,
usually
I'm
who
trying
she
to-
picks on.
I know.
I just realized, like, oh wait, no one's here to respond. That's okay. She doesn't have to say
No,
anything.
I'm
She doesn't
trying
even have
to,
to hear
yeah.
it.
No, I'm trying to think of what she would say. Like, I was gonna respond for her. I'm just trying to think. Would she offer someone else? Be like, nah, we should.
She'd probably threaten Mist.
I feel like she'd be like, next time you have to throw up, I'm not helping you.
Oh,
Yes,
If you're
that.
the next time you're going through something, I hope it's bad.
No sense of humor.
next time you're going through something, I hope you tell us so I can ignore you.
Learn to take a joke next time. Come on.
Quill's
We
got that.
obviously weren't going to cut you up.
Quill is going to be using the book with the new constellations that are now added to it, because, Quill cast them spells. And he's going to actually compare and do some astrological sight shit, because it's interesting.
Frey, I was actually gonna say Frey would actually come and find Quill, because she knows about the book, and there's something about like the night and the stars that she immediately got drawn to after coming below and seeing stars for the first time, especially because that's like the four-pointed star, even though she didn't know what it was, has been in her family like crest all this time. So she asks if she can join him in studying like the stars and the comparison and astronomy shit.
Quill
Whatever it's called.
scooches over a bit, puts the book kind of in a middle place, nods, and continues his work. And he's gonna make notes down about where he saw whatever he saw, because he knows he can't see every constellation, but an extra set of eyes means they'll find more. So he's definitely on board for that.
So Frey, she's gonna look at him and ask, so there's different groups of stars in different parts of the world? She's gonna ask him.
He scratches his chin for a bit. Yes, kind. So, believe me when I say this, this threw me for a loop for a little bit. So, what stars you see up in the sky, around this part of the sky? And he points to kind of I don't know if we're in the northern or southern hemisphere, but of this world, or if that makes sense. But he points to one section of the sky, and he says, this section over here, that changes very slowly over the course of an entire year. In about 6 months, completely different stars will be up there. As well, if you watch very carefully over the course of a couple hours, you'll notice that they're slowly move across the sky in the exact same way that the sun does. If you look towards there, though, and he points due north or due south, depending on what hemisphere we're in. That one right there, you will actually be able to see that what's happening is the stars are revolving around it, and that one never moves. Even during the day, it's still there, waiting to be seen. And then you'll see the stars around it kind of moving around it. And that tells us something about the sky, actually, that it isn't static, it isn't a canvas that sits there. It actually is moving around us, like a giant sphere that we're on the inside of. Now, the further you go north, the less of those stars you see. Further you go south, those stars you see. It's actually very interesting, and you can actually use that fact to navigate and know exactly where you are at time as the stars are. All
You're-
that, there's machines that can actually do it called sextants. They're very interesting.
You're saying you can navigate by using the stars? She's very intrigued by all of this. Like she looks like she's like kid in a candy shop almost listening to all of this too.
I'm not saying I can navigate. I'm saying that one with the sufficient knowledge can navigate. I don't actually have that knowledge myself, but I know where it can be found. That's the important thing.
I definitely may like to learn how to navigate if you know of something or someone who would help at some point.
Most of your seafaring folk actually have that knowledge. But there are some texts on the subject as well, and I'm sure there's going to be some in F&W.
I'll have to check out those books then.
Absolutely, I'll be more than glad to show you what that section is. There's in fact an entire science based around studying the stars called astronomy. He pauses. It's, well, some of the books on the subject are, what's the word I'm looking? It's said that the leather windows come from the stars. And so a lot of the books on astronomy are more preparation and militant in tone as a result.
That actually sounds a little sad almost, but I mean, I can see why they would want to be directed that way. I just hope there's books that aren't just like that, though.
Well, there's something that you get used to when you are a curator of historical books. When you curate historical books, you realize there's a lot of history there. Most of the works that I've found that have survived are after or during the war. So everything is colored with that lens, either the militancy of nations trying to fight against the leather windows, aftermath, survived it, and everything's colored with that. I've only found one text that I can positively identify as pre-war, and unfortunately that one is not terribly informative on astrology, but rather astronomy, I should say, but rather of a completely different nature.
I see. Well, at least if I can still learn how to navigate and such on the stars, I think I'd like to start there.
Evidently, it's not too difficult as long as you know the mappings of the stars. And in fact, that's the key, is knowing the star map and being able to chart what time it is. It's all based on what time and what the date is. And once you're able to do that, you can calculate where the stars should be, and therefore where you are in relation.
I see. I appreciate all this information. It's very helpful.
I'm just relaying what little I know. I've studied. I am the stars for me are very interesting to look at, and of course the mechanisms of how they work are fascinating for entertainment purposes. But the practicalities of navigating a little bit beyond me. I have other means available to me.
She's gonna. Well, if anything, do you know? What? Let me hold on. Out of character. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Do you know why? Like, would Quill be able to know why this book they have randomly gives them constellations if someone uses a spell, or is it just like a catalog kind of thing that is?
That's not for me to decide.
I
I don't have an answer.
That's a DM
I don't know if I
question.
can roll for that. Even roll. That is something to be decided by.
I know it's a
Roll-
random question. I
Roll
was just curious.
Arcana.
Roll Arcana.
It was like,
Okay.
I don't even have. This was just a fun little book I wanted to get.
There. Well, we have a good shot. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use. It's end of day. I'm gonna use my Kenku recall. We're gonna make this roll. We're gonna do it together. Arcana. That's a 7.
Are we? Are we gonna do it?
Excuse me, sir.
You said it was a 7.
Dice Maiden, why are you like this?
No.
That is supposed to work. All right, let's see if that works. Okay. Okay. What is going on here? Why are you like this? I'm gonna have to use the other one, I think. Fortunately, we have multiple ways to roll things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just dropped the dice.
He rolled a 10. He has no.
Yeah, he's got no idea.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. This is my first time encountering such a. This is partially why I'm actually out here, to try to figure this out. Oh, but I am interested as to why. I'm certainly curious. This is fascinating.
Well, maybe we'll be able to learn something on the way then, as more things unlock.
Well, I was actually thinking when we reach F and to pull out a book on astronomy anyways, just for that purpose, so. It kind of works out, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds like it does.
So, what sparked your interest in astronomical matters?
Well, I don't know. They out of character. Quill knows they're from above, right? He's from above too, so
Yeah.
they're all have this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
He
know.
knows you by your accent, so he can tell you where you're from.
Yes. You know just as good as me that we don't get stars like this.
Yes,
but
that's actually a mystery I've been pondering.
even then, it is interesting because, and she's gonna lift up her. She always wears this kind of like light material, like shawl, like kind of jacket thing. Explain it. But there's a pattern on the sleeve that is a 4-pointed star. She's gonna point to it and she's gonna say, "This symbol, which we now see as stars here, has been in my family's crest for as long as we can remember, and it's interesting that it has like I'm interested on how it might have gotten, like what that history is in a sense."
Interesting. No, that is interesting. How long has this been in your family? Do you
I
know?
couldn't tell you the exact length. However far back generational knowledge in the above is. So, but I don't know if that's a good question or a me question.
Well, that does actually give us some information. If it's been around for a long time, for multiple generations, then it certainly predates my dropping down, because you dropped after me, and yet you were around at the same time I dropped. So that actually leads to a couple interesting possibilities. Possibility the first: there's been a family with someone with indication of something not from up above, which strikes me as odd that it would be permitted to continue for long. I'm not sure how they did anything in your world. Mine, such heresies, suppressed. Rigorously, judiciously suppressed. And I have doubts your ward had lax policies towards such things, though perhaps not publicly acknowledged. Which leads me to another possibility. This crest wasn't in your family at the time. It came up with someone who was brought up relatively recently.
That is interestingly thought about.
I can only speculate, of course. I have no way of knowing either way.
Well, maybe I'll be able to find out more on it and see what actually, like, where or how it actually, like, as you say, because of the suppression, how it got to my family.
Actually, come to think of it, there might be something that you could do. Perhaps we can look up a heraldic roll to see if it's in any of the down below notes. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a good thing to try.
So as the two of you, sorry, I'm trying to stop myself from belching. Ooh, successful. The two of you have a comfortable conversation during the night, off and away from the captain. He's been fishing this entire time, just quietly night fishing. For those that are sitting near him or by him, you notice that he's using a sort of firefly-like bait that when he pulls it out of the box that he has it in, it looks just sort of like a little plastic toy, but then he cracks it like a glow stick, and it does come to life and starts fluttering and flittering, and he'll stick it on a hook and then throw it into the water. And you watch as it glows and goes down before it disappears. And then after a couple minutes, the line will pull and he'll reel something in. And he does this for a while. Till eventually he either fills up the bucket or you think he just kind of is like, all right, that's enough. And he puts everything away slowly, methodically, and he turns to look at whoever is on deck, who would be near him.
Well,
that might have been. Go ahead.
So Quill and Frey are definitely on deck because guy watching.
looking at stars.
They're a bit away. There be anyone else closer?
I don't think Mist would be out there. If she is, she wouldn't be paying much attention to anyone else.
Rhea would have. I don't know where she would have been on deck, but she would have like put out her blanket and like been looking at the stars and the moon and or is the moon out?
Yeah, the moon is out.
the
Vitani
moon
would
and
have
such.
taken the opportunity to join Rhea if
Yes, she would
she
have invited
showed.
her.
And she keeps her warm because fire genasi.
The lesbians
I
do
feel like-
lesbianing.
Yeah, I feel like Connolly would just be randomly walking around and exploring because curious. Why not?
All right, we'll say that the captain walks over to the lesbians and he looks down at the both of you and he goes, so did you guys plan anything for dinner tonight, or is that on me?
We have. I don't know about dinner per se, but we have food. I'm sure we can whip up something.
I mean, I can cook for myself too. I just didn't know if you guys had planned a dinner.
No, not planned.
Not exactly, no.
Gonna kind of lean back as he says it. Gonna go cook my fish then.
Enjoy.
He's gonna start slowly walking toward his cabin, and then he's gonna stop and he goes, y'all know it's gonna rain, right? Like, you get that?
No.
I mean, I didn't see any clouds, but I guess it's getting a little chillier. But I couldn't tell though.
It's called a
It's intuition,
cloudless
I had no
rain.
idea. What? How?
Ironically, if we're up above, if you're from up above, that would make sense. Because,
Yeah, I guess.
well,
Okay.
because rain and clouds do not have that association.
But I don't know how I would have known it was gonna rain.
Y'all ever been on a boat before?
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
Haven't had
hang on.
the opportunity
Let me think.
to be on a boat. We just like to stay in our town more inland more often. Vitani tries to make a cover story for that as to why they've never been on a boat.
Roll deception.
We might have been on a little dinghy to go out to the
That is true.
lab, maybe, but not a boat like this.
Where is Vitani's deception? Okay, so she gets
This crit.
16.
He nods a little, and then he just goes, there's this thing when the water gets real calm like this. They call it the calm before the storm. Clouds all vacate. Sometimes you can tell it's real nice, but if the fish are catching real good like they were, it's going to be a storm because they get all frenzied before a storm. That's what I was out there doing, checking to see if it was going to rain or not.
I think we should go inside then. Vitani doesn't like getting wet. It's apparent.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So
Hence
Okay,
why I
so-
was asking if y'all had plans for food.
food inside would be nice, but we don't have plans.
The only kitchen is in my room.
I mean, we have fruits and vegetables, and
All right.
I don't know if I have any cooked meat or not.
But we can always use the
Oh.
kitchenette to cook.
You're gonna do that, you
Oh,
gotta
wait.
do it before it rains. Because to get to the kitchenette, you gotta come from below deck up on top deck and then into my room. Which means you'd have to go through the rain.
Okay, well, no worries. How about I come in there and cook some meat real quick?
Go for it. He's gonna
Alrighty.
give you a nod and take his bucket and head inside his room. It's just a neat little kitchenette, by the way. It's like a stove top, like a marble top that you see has like a little, like a glass jar fire sprite that will climb underneath the top of the marble and then just kind of like run around in circles like it's on a hamster wheel, but it's like a fucking sideways hamster wheel to heat up the marble so you can fry things on it.
For me?
Who
Now,
who
Rhea's
would have
not a... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, who would Connolly have run into first upon excitedly touching a fish?
Hours ago?
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't think she
Exactly.
found anyone, and is just carrying around a now probably smelly fish.
uh, probably Freya earlier ago, because she was also on deck. Unless you have like avoided people until now.
See, I'm not sure.
Yes,
Like-
I think if Connolly happened upon someone right after she caught a fish, it probably would have been Freya, because she was also on deck just looking at the fish.
Okay.
She would have known how to cook fish. If you are saying if Connolly did run into Freya, she would have actually been. She would have seen the fish, or she would have smelled it first and then seen the fish, the raw fish you have in your hands. And the way her eyes, you know, when a cat sees like a toy or something and their eyes get real big. You see Frey's
Yeah, right before the
pupils
butt
do
wiggles.
that at the fish for a second, and then snap back to normal. As she asks you about the fish and if you want to cook it or not.
Okay, so then Freya would have the fish because Connolly would have just given her the fish and been like, "Here, you can cook it then, or you can have it."
And then as Freya turns away from Connolly after thanking her, she would try to sneakily do it, but she would eat the fish. Just raw dog it.
We're in the raw dogging of fish, I swear to God.
So, food is made. You guys are all below deck. You hear roar, like that. Wow, that was words came out of my mouth. The roar of thunder off in the distance, and as the night goes on, hear and feel the heavy rain. The waves pick up. The boat is just sort of listless, waving back and forth. Everybody roll con save again.
God for Vitani.
If I must.
Missed.
No.
Oh,
I think Freya just went overboard, or she just lost her entire. She's like
Fish.
she got a nat one.
Ooh.
I got 15.
Freya's literally like, kill me
I'm on
now.
20.
She needs to go to the ER.
That's bad news, bears.
How often can Vitani do her nausea thing?
Trip, so pretty
It's a
much
cantrip.
anytime, right?
It's a cantrip, so yeah, I think however much she wants.
But not for me. Alright, what did Vitani roll?
Did you roll for Vitani?
Am I
Not, I
rolling
can.
for Vitani?
Oh, sorry, I thought someone did.
Do you want to roll Amber or Vitani for this one?
Yeah,
I have the
if you could tell me
modifier
what to add to it, yeah.
Mhm.
I have a Vitani dice, so we'll roll that.
And it's,
Oh, same thing I did. 15.
and this is a con save, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
+2.
it's 2. So 17.
Okay, so Mist, you have been fine all day. The bucket is your friend again. The bucket has gained some new ingredients.
Ew.
Freya, you are so interested in this storm. The boat is like rocking like crazy. At certain points, it dips so hard, like to the left, that you see under the water through your little portholes. It's crazy. You don't feel sick, is the thing. But you do feel weird. Itchy.
I don't.
Is it itchy?
Your skin starts to glow. And that raw patch of sunburn starts cracking and glowing and bleeding down your face. And suddenly it's kind of hard to breathe in here. You realize every time the boat rocks and you see the water in the porthole, your brain goes cold, need, there. You know how you are part angler pup?
Well, she just glows a little, yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you rolled a 1 on a con save.
She's becoming one with the angler pup. Is she an angler pup now?
You have a vicious, god awful need to get out of this room, go onto the deck, and jump overboard.
Why is the out of character? Why is the fate of my characters, which I love this, and I'm not saying this. I have thalassophobia, so the thought of seeing the deep dark ocean to me is like. But my character in the last campaign I was in also fell into the ocean in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, why the character? Why the person with the thalassophobia? No, but I love it.
I can change
So
it
Frey,
if it makes you
no,
uncomfortable.
nope. This is I am desensitizing myself to my fear. I will do this.
Okay.
So Frey is going. You know, I don't know if anyone's noticed that she's been weird. If anyone's picked up on her occasional fish eating habits, for anyone to get like a perception of her doing this right now. But she's gonna get up and think of like Anastasia from Anastasia when she like sleepwalks on the boat. That's kind of what Frey's gonna be doing, but she's not asleep. But she's gonna make her way towards the door, and then try to go out the deck or wherever she needs to go to get towards the balcony.
Notice the glowing or the sound of the door opening?
Who was rooming with her?
Oh, I thought we were on the same room. Okay.
No, there's 4 rooms.
4 rooms. Okay.
Well, we established that Quill and Mist were rooming together.
Yeah.
And then Rhea would have been with Vitani.
Vitani.
Yeah, so Connolly.
Connolly. So the dragon has chosen you and picks you up again before bed and takes you to the room. And then you see this.
The tiny little dragon picks up the 5'1"
Oh wait, never mind. Never mind.
No! You said it. I love it.
I will flavor it. I'm gonna flavor it. So Astri, still being a mama cat towards you, regardless if you're 5'1" and Astri's in her current cat size form. They're going to still try to scruff you on your clothing on your neck, and they can flutter a little bit. They don't really like seem like they're struggling, but they're trying to pull you. Like they're about to like carry you like as if you're a lizard size. If you go along with it,
Yes,
that's
okay.
up to you.
Oh, of course. I think we established that like between like Vitani and Freya, like they would have the biggest boobs. So I feel like that just is like, okay, yeah, time for bed. Okay, cool. So you follow the dragon and find happiness. Gotcha.
But then you
So,
see Frey just start really oddly walking towards the door. After a little bit of being in the room. Do you do anything? Do you see this? Do you perceive?
oh, good question. Well, yeah, I feel like yeah, she would. Yeah, yeah. At least you're like, oh, hey, where are you going?
Goo, in this state, does Frey register
Let
outside flirting?
me roll for that.
And would Astri kind of know something's wrong and try to encourage me to follow, or?
You do not respond, not even to Astri's little trill or try like communication in your mind, and that pings off of Astri's like, oh no, bad radar. So Astri is like squawking and trying to pull Freya back.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, Connolly would definitely notice something is wrong because Mama's not paying attention to her little dragon. Um, so yeah, no, Connolly would definitely get up and just kind of like try to just gently just kind of reach for her arm, be like, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on?"
Make a contested strength roll.
Uh, uh, just an ability roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Hey,
Holy
that's
shit!
that's so fucking good.
It balanced my nat one out. Thank you, Connolly.
Oh my god! No, like I will always, I will always show my rolls here, but like, holy crap, that is awesome. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I feel like I would just not let her go.
So
Not letting them titties get away.
you
Exactly. Just be like, nope, I'm sorry. I expected to sleep in a room with those titties. So like, but also it's like, no, there's something seriously wrong here. So she's just straight
Yeah.
up like bear hug and just no.
right, so
This 5. Okay, so I just want to remind you really quick. Frey is 6'3".
Yeah. So yeah. Like she's straight up gonna go all the way to the front because it's gonna be a little bit easier, from the front to push forward, to hold,
Yes.
taller person still. Which then, wait, 5. Wait, hold on. I'm based on my height. I'm trying to remember based on my friend's height, who's 5. Yeah, no, she would just straight up like right in her boobs. Okay, well that's unintentional, but it works.
so what happens is Connolly, you watch Astri freak the fuck out and try and pull Freya by the pant leg and look back at you and squawk and flap those pretty wings. So you get up and you go, Freya. You don't get a response and you walk forward and you go, Freya. Still don't get a response. So you put your hand on Freya's arm and you feel this cold, this just lifelessness. And for some reason, that just something about it freaks you out. So you sort of push. So Freya is spinning, and you wrap your arms around her face unintentionally or intentionally. I'm not the judge here. Right into the tits, and you squeeze around Freya's middle, and your horns knock against her shoulders, and it sort of rocks Freya out of this mindset. You still have a deep need to be in the water, and your face is killing you, and there's blood dripping down your cheek and in like down to your neck, and you're just ugh, but you're here again. And that is where we're going to end for tonight because it is getting late.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the cliffhanger! Oh my god!
So we will pick back up next time. And I'm going to stop the recording in 3,